So I had a little bit of a break, but I'm going to finish off this discussion of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And the reason this collection is kind of important is because apparently that's the basis of one of the films in the new James Gunn era. So there's about four new films coming out, and one of them is going to be Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. So when we last left off, Krem had hit Supergirl and her alien friend with a Mordru sphere and sent them to a planet with a kryptonite sun. So at the last second, they do manage to escape, and they go back and approach Krem again, and he has another Mordru sphere, or I'm sorry, a Mordru globe, and so he tosses it. Now the Mordru globe, they are extraordinarily powerful magical weapons, and the reason they're created by using the deaths of thousands. So given him and the brigands and the amount of people they're killing, I guess he's capable of creating one of these Mordru globes. I have a lot of questions about how. So he launches it, but with the help of Comet, the super horse, she manages to outrun the globe. And then we go into sort of a recap of her origin story, which is that she was part of she was on this city from Krypton called Argo City, and it was a floating city and managed to escape Krypton, but because the base of it became kryptonite as it passed through some cloud, and so they lead lined it. Apparently, that didn't work because it got hit with meteors. I was finding myself getting really bored at this point. This was where in the book I was just getting bored, and so we get a recap of all the things that happened, and then we go back to Super Horse, and they escape the Mordru, or they go to some place where apparently it has no power. So they go back again, she and her alien friend, and approach Krem. And her alien friend is a little worried because Krem might just use another Mordru globe. And Supergirl says, no, that's not possible because it takes the death of thousands, and you can only create one at a time. And he wouldn't have had time to create another one, which is, boy, that is a lot of plot convenience. So I don't even know how this Krem fellow, this average guy, managed to come up with the knowledge of how to create a Mordru globe, since apparently they are incredibly powerful. I don't know if you can only have one in the universe at a time, or only one person can hold one at a time, or does he have to kill all those people personally to create it? It's just a very convenient device for someone of Krem's human level to take out Supergirl. And they capture Krem, and I don't even know where it happened. It's just like, but he's okay. So I guess it's here. They don't even really show it, but when she's Supergirl, he's no match for her. So they capture her, I guess, between issues. And apparently the brigands, this group that's going through the galaxy and just tearing apart country or planets, they will go to any lengths to rescue any of their members. So they are going to come and try to rescue Krem. And so Supergirl goes out to face off against the brigands, and so she just punches right through their ship. Now, this was fine because they do end up capturing her. Here's Krem going kind of through why he killed this alien woman's father. So they do end up capturing her, which I think was fair, because if this group of brigands is that tough, they should be able to take down one Kryptonian, even as powerful as Supergirl is. So there she's captured. And meanwhile, the alien woman is she wants to just kill Krem. That was her whole mission here, was to kill Krem. And by the way, the reason Supergirl is her personal stake in this is that Crypto was poisoned by Krem, and she needs Krem to tell what the poison was so she can save Crypto. Okay, so Wonder or Super Horse goes up and ends up rescuing Supergirl, or she just rescues herself. It gets kind of confusing at this point. A lot of times when I'm reading Tom King books, I'll read it 2 and 3 times. I just was finding myself bored, and again, I should have said this at the beginning. I'm not avoiding spoilers. Super Horse, to anyone who doesn't know, is actually a human. And so at his last moment, he transformed back into a human and he dies. So, end of Super Horse. The alien woman frees Krem and so that she can fight him on a one-on-one duel, and she does win. Chops his hand off. And here's where it gets really confusing. So she decides at the last moment she's not going to kill him. And then Supergirl comes down and explains that Crypto was never in any danger. She only did this to teach the woman that killing is wrong, and then decides to kill Krem. So she's there ready to kill Krem, and then the alien woman says, "Don't do it." Okay, okay. The alien woman, by the way, her name is Ruthie, I guess. So I don't understand. If Supergirl's whole intention was to teach this woman not to kill, why is she going to kill Krem? So again, this is very confusing. So we go, it doesn't even say that we're going into the future, but that's Ruthie. Now she's an old woman. But Supergirl looks the same. So, I don't know. Maybe she doesn't age. I don't know. But apparently they put Krem in the Phantom Zone, and apparently he was in there for hundreds of years. And so finally he's released. This is really weird. So he's released, and apparently he definitely learned his lesson. Say, oh, thank you, Supergirl, I owe you. I was gone forever, lost among, I'd done, and you came and saved me. You, Ruthie, Mary, Noel, I thought of nothing but your, I'm so sorry, forgive me, I beg you, forgive me. Okay, so apparently those hundreds of years in the Phantom Zone really changed him legitimately into feeling terrible guilt over what he had done, and he asks for forgiveness. And I guess she kills him. Like, what? So the alien woman, she takes the sword and she stabs him, and that's it. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand what the point was. So if you look on Comic Book Roundup, so we peaked at number 3 with a 9.2, and then by 5 it was an 8.8. That's a solid score. But by the 8th issue, on 11 reviews, it got an 8.1, which is not a bad score. But it's the weakest other than the first issue. And I kind of agree with, I'm not saying I agree with the scores and that these are the scores I would give. I probably would reduce each one by a decent amount. But I do think the last issue was not great, and I would have given it a lower score than other issues. I think with issue 3, yeah, I think that showed promise, and I don't understand it. And so they're supposedly going to make a film based on it. Would I be excited to see this film? I mean, am I looking forward to it? No. I don't think this would be a great story for a film. I don't like the fact that from a film standpoint, from a comic standpoint, it's okay, but from a film standpoint, she's never on Earth. And I think that that takes away from the story. If they're trying to put this into the DCU, also, how the hell would you do that ending where she appears to be hundreds of years in the future without aging? I don't get it. I don't understand I'm a huge fan of Tom King. I don't get it. I'm actually going to do a follow up to this where I'm going to discuss something related. So, which would be what Tom King stories would be good for a film, because I don't think this is one of them, unless they really rewrite it significantly, and it is kind of too long, I think, for a film. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, I give this one a thumbs down. I'm a huge Tom King fan. This is not. I didn't like this. I didn't like the ending. Like I said, I tend to read through his stories 2 and 3 times. I'm not really interested in revisiting this one. So anyway, that's Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.